So we've done a lot of work on experience and journey mapping at Oxford SM, particularly in brands and services. Can you think of an example where we've helped in this area in healthcare?
So actually there are quite a few, but one that immediately springs to mind is some work we did recently with a brand that's in quite a crowded marketplace where its sales had plateaued. So they had lots of ideas for initiatives and services and information and to get that out there about their brand, but none of that was really driving any significant growth. And this brand was just so important to the company's future that they just knew they had to do something differently. So what we did was to take a fresh perspective and take a really a deep look at both the emotional and physical journey that the patient goes throughout the whole experience, not just the point where the brand's used. And you could say, well, anyone does that. You know, there's nothing new in that, is there? So the bit that was different, I think, was making sure that it was agnostic to brand. So the team often knows too much. But what they know too much about is where the brand's currently used. So they have this filter that they're applying to where the opportunities might be. So by doing it agnostic to brand, you get them to think about it from the patient's perspective and the others that they interact with, the physicians and such, and not just about where their brand's used, but about what might happen before the brand's used and what might happen afterwards. So you just remove that filter for them and get them to be much more customer focused as they look at the opportunities. Because each of the functions was doing what they thought was the very best, but they needed to prioritise across and all be completely aligned on where they could really have the absolutely best impact, not only for the patients, but also for their brand. So they had 3 opportunities that they agreed on. They then created the behaviour changes that they needed customers to make in order to make the most of those opportunities. And they had all of their projects aligned to the 3 opportunities, which actually meant some functions had to stop doing some things that weren't aligned. And of course, that was equally valuable for them. So that was the big thing. The other thing they had then was a strategy on a page. And that strategy on the page was something that they could share internally to align the whole organisation beyond the team that was in the room, but also align with some of their partners, promotion partners, to make sure that everyone really understood the strategy. And they were so convinced by it that they used the same approach with their pipeline brands, and they now use it as part of their annual brand planning process. So I guess what we do is bring the outside in, and we always play the voice of the customer. But then I guess anyone does that. Anyone outside can do that. So more than that, what do? We love to help them find new angles. I guess that's just part of our DNA. We love to find innovation and new angles. We do make sure they stay true to the customer all the way through. And probably most importantly of all, we care. So we care about the patients, but we care about the team and the brand's success. So we become like an extended part of the team. And we really want the team to do their best and the brand to do its best.